Hello, Mr. France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, Mr. France the imperialist, Mr. Criminal France the imperialist that don't want to leave Africa. Why are you proving that without Africa you cannot survive? Just like some have argued. Why are you trying to confirm that? Why are you dragging your feet and not ordering your ambassador to leave Niger Republic as he or she has been asked to leave? Why are you dragging your feet, saying you do not recognize the military regime, so you are not leaving? Whereas it is obvious it is the military regime that is in control, and it is supported by nearly 80% of Nigerians. Mr. Macron, if I may ask you respectfully, how many percent of the people of France or French people support you? What's the percentage? If nearly 80% of support for a military regime is not democracy enough, then I wonder what you call democracy. Is democracy no longer government of the people, by the people, and for the people? That's what's happening in Nigeria. Even though those in power right now are military men. As I have said in one of my videos, are these men and women not Nigerians? They are. Or do you think they are aliens? They are not. They are Nigerians. They are not even French. They are not French. They are Nigerians. They are Africans. So if you're not looking for trouble, if you're not looking for war, if you're not trying to destroy that region, because whatever you do there that is military, that is violent and criminal, as you may be planning, would reverberate. The ripple effect will be more than obvious. It will consume a great deal of Nigeria and other surrounding countries in West Africa. Even with the so-called sanctions that have been imposed. Because that's all you guys do. You impose sanctions on poor people. Not even those who are running the government. Tell me how it worked in Russia and Iran, even North Korea. Just tell me how the sanctions work. But just imagine the kind of catastrophe you are setting up. Just imagine the kind of situation, unspeakable, unthinkable calamity that you are designing for Africans. But am I surprised? Why should I? You are the same colonial master, even slave master, who continue to colonize 14 African countries to this day. If not that Niger Republic decided to stand up, if not that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea decided to stand up, and I bet you more African countries, if they understand the meaning of self-determination, they will stand up and they will tell you enough. Mr. France, Mr. Imperial Master, Mr. Macron, this young man, as young as you are, but you're filled with rage, filled with hate, with criminality, violence. If you were to think, if France, the government of France, if you, the President Macron, were even smart, you would have seen the sign that Africans are no longer taking it. Because they told you, they told you right there in Kenya, when this young lady told you in one of the conferences that your policies in Africa are no longer sustainable and they provide solutions. But what did you do? You doubled down. You didn't make any effort to think of new strategy. And then when you guys see China learning from you guys and going the other way, trying to do something different instead of the wicked, racist strategy that you guys have been deploying in Africa, you call the country names. So you're trying to use this African region as a new stage for your war. After messing up Ukraine, I know Russia was wrong, and I was against Russia and supporting America to give Ukraine all the necessary things that it needs to be able to defend itself, because it's a sovereign country. No country should decide for another country what to do, how to live, who to befriend, what group to join, and what group not to join. So I was in support of America and the rest of you giving support to Ukraine. But for whatever reason, you delayed and did not do what was supposed to be done when things were supposed to be done the right way. Now Ukraine is decimated, even though it's still trying to fight with the tough spirit of its people. But look at, more than 1 year, that country has been bombarded. And you guys are not looking for a way out. You're not looking for a peaceful resolution. The people of Ukraine, they are now the victims. Even though you will still give them money, maybe to rebuild. So how long are you guys going to continue in this mess? Destroying people, destroying lives, destroying a whole system that has been set up just because of your own greed. Look at what you did to Gaddafi. Look at Libya. You guys don't think. And you keep trying to teach the world democracy. And you're not thinking. You don't have sense. You destroy a whole country that has been built for years. Just because you're targeting one man. You did the same thing in Iraq. Just look at Libya today. And what you use Obama to cause in Libya is what's bringing all this crisis you have in the Sahel, in West Africa, and even beyond that. So why not just live in peace? If you visit somebody's house, even though the person who you follow to the house is no longer there, and the co-owners of the house, maybe a family member who don't like you, is telling you to leave my house, please. The most honorable and respectful thing to do is to live in peace. Even though the person that brought you in there is no longer there. The president that you support is no longer there for right now. You can't continue to say, oh, you don't respect, you don't recognize the military, so you're not going to leave. What you are looking for is conflict. It is not wise. But I am not surprised, because you're looking for the slightest of opportunity to strike. Then when you destroy that part of Africa, you'll be happy and go to Europe. You keep calling us poor after you destroy us, after you steal from us, after you exploit us, after you use us against ourselves. You find a way to give us visa and say, come to France. And then we continue another level of slavery. Slavery in a different dimension. So, why not just leave? Just live in peace. Just leave the people alone. It is their country. It is the military of the country. They are in charge. The people are committed to coming to chase your ambassador away. The common people. What are you going to do? You're going to start sending your fighter jet to start crushing the people? The people who own their own country? What then is self-determination? What then is government of the people? If self-determination, sovereignty, government of the people only good for you, the French, the Americans, the British, and others in Europe, is it democracy that you're doing, that the owner of the house is saying, leave my house? About 80% of them, and you're saying no, and you think you're smart? You're looking for war? So where's the war going to take you? After you destroy Libya with NATO, does it stop you to look around for more places to exploit? Does it stop your greed? And does it stop the conflict and the complaint on the street of France? No. So why crying over spilled milk? Why crying when the head is being cut off? Why? Why not just sue for peace and let this thing resolve itself peacefully and amicably? Why not live in peace if you're smart, if you understand diplomacy? Why not live in peace and re-strategize? Come back, knowing that even if it is the military or any other government that will come, you'll be able to reset yourself and engage them differently. Except you're trying to prove to the world that without Niger Republic, as some have argued, that you cannot survive. So anything you can do to cause fight, to cause destruction, so by the end of the day you will use your might in support with the support of your friends, America and so on, so you can continue to steal their stuff. I don't understand this kind of logic, that even today that the whole world is aware you have been caught red-handed, how you've been stealing these people's wealth. They're saying, leave us alone. Let's do our own thing, because we are a sovereign nation. What does sovereignty mean to you? That we are self-determined. What does self-determination mean to you? As I understand it, it is that the people of Niger Republic, they have the right to control their political, socio-political, and economic affairs without any interference from anybody, any country, any outsiders, except they invite you. The same thing with the doctrine of non-intervention in your so-called international law that you guys don't respect. So please, just chill. Go home in peace. Let the sleeping dog lay. Peace can come. Just change your mindset. Take the hat of imperialism off and think as human being. Think as equals to these black people, Africans, and not think you are superior, because you're not. You're not superior to Africans. You did all you did to us because you own guns. You know? Before your guns came, you saw how it was, if you know the story, that Africans were not pushed over. You didn't just come with bare hand and start running over us. No. We taught some of you lessons. Even my own people, the Ogoni people, the history is there. How we fought the British until they reinforced. We wouldn't have been part of this criminal Nigeria, country called Nigeria, because the last fight was in 1914. And then with their reinforcement, under one so-called Major Walker of the British Army, they were able to subdue the Ogoni people. If not, we wouldn't have been part of it. We should have been a little place in our people in our own way, in our own space. So it's not like you guys just came, but because of gun, yes, come with empty-handed, and we come empty-handed, and see what physical force will do to you. Okay? We are not dumb. We are not inferior. Maybe you're dealing with those leaders, rulers, politicians, misnamed leaders who bow for you guys. Not Africans who know their left and from their right. Not Africans who understand that humanity started from Africa, that we have a proud history, that we have contributed so much to this world, not to talk of what has been stolen from us and the destruction that has been imposed on us. So please, just go in peace. Let peace reign in Niger Republic. Then we'll carry.